Hello, everyone. Welcome to a podcast that I am doing by myself because I just felt like it, to be honest. And if I'm being honest, I kind of just wanted to do it. Like, I'm kind of like, you know what? Might as well do it now before any other time. So obviously, you have video over there just by the max. You have the mic, and I have the headphones just to, make sure I can actually hear myself back. So if anything goes wrong, I'm probably just gonna submit this video up to the bit before it all goes to shit. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to this podcast segment news solo show thing, Bob. And I have a bit of a script for today. It's mainly like kind of newsy stuff, like online kind of stuff. Nothing really major. Like, I guess the coronavirus, if anything, that's probably the only actual major thing going over. But other than that, everything else kind of like internet based. So, like YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So, without further ado, let's just move on. So, first bit of news. I think it'd probably be right if I actually brought up the coronavirus first, especially because there's still a lot of people that don't know how to prevent it. And I'm not like, I guess, qualified to say, oh, do this, do that. All I know is if I catch it, I have to shave, and I don't want to shave. So I just really hope it doesn't come around to us. But other than that, it isn't obviously in Ireland. So the chances of actually getting it are possible now. As far as I'm aware, there was a few rumors saying that it came from Paris. So thanks, French. Thank you for not only giving us frogs and snails, which looks disgusting, and now you've passed the coronavirus over to us. So it's funny as well. You think it'd be the UK that would actually give us the coronavirus, but it's fucking another country over. So hey, that's just the way this fucking virus is working, you know? But other than that, I guess ways to prevent, just as they were saying, like I remember seeing on the news this morning and I heard it a few times from different people, like just wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, all that sort of stuff. I know when I'm done here, like I'm going to pop over to Jodie's, but before I do that, I'll probably just wash my hands a bit. And other than that though, if you see me with a face mask, I shall tell you not to approach me unless you actually want this virus. But other than that, I'm mainly going to try and avoid getting this virus as much as I can, just because like my parents are in that kind of age demographic where it'd affect them the most. And of course, I don't want to be the one that gets my own parents killed. So it's just simple logic, you know? But other than that, like about the face masks, the face mask does not prevent getting the coronavirus. What actually prevents getting the coronavirus, of course, is just washing your hands and all that sort of good stuff. And like as far as I'm aware, because like it's through coughing and sneezing, it's like it goes into your body through like different forms of liquid, according to I think in economics. So like your eye, like if you want to go around wearing goggles, like people will like take the piss out of you, but if you're staying protected, bro, that's the way to go. Other than that, I guess then maybe wear a mask if you're protecting your eyes. But other than that, like if you sweat, like that's another way for the virus to get into your body. And like either or, I don't think I'll be ever able to tell if I ever have it, because the symptoms are so similar to like the common flu, if anything. Like there might be a few different things, but like I don't know. I guess if I feel I'm off, I'll say something. If you guys feel off, then make sure you probably look into it rather than just brush it off. But yeah, other than that, I guess that's all there is to say about the coronavirus. Stay safe, guys. I'm sure we can get through it. I don't think the economics though will get through it. Like again, Owen again was talking about like how much like billions were lost in certain, I guess, sectors and all that sort of stuff. I'm not big brain, so I don't really understand half the stuff he's saying, but I like him anyway, so. Other than that, let's move on to boring news. So Jake Paul versus KSI. If anything, I know a lot of people don't like the whole like boxing stuff, you know, because it misrepresents, or not even that. It's kind of a jab at people that like they've built their careers over time. They've built the proper training, or sorry, they went through the proper training and stuff, you know, and then these YouTubers come out of nowhere. They're like, oh, we can't squash our beef online. Box me, will you? You know, it's just, it's, I don't know, like, anybody else that gets called out online, like, that's literally, like, the lowest excuse you can have. It's like, oh, box me then, will you? It's like, shut the fuck up, please. If anything, though, like, if it does go ahead, because I haven't really kept too much in the loop about it, but if it does go ahead, that's probably another few million just made from, if they're still doing that pay-per-view and stuff, and the actual match itself. The only boxing match I personally cared about was Scarce versus Raka Raka at the time. I feel like Raka Raka was such a fucking tryhard, because Scarce literally said multiple times he's just there to have fun and do it for a meme. And, like, his nose got boxed in. I feel bad for him. Like, Scarce is just, he's a sexy man, you know. Like, I'll admit this, like, just straight off the bat, you know. But yeah, other than that, I'd say, if anything, boxing will just, I guess, continue to be a thing on YouTube, like. And will they actually go into professional boxing? There's a slight chance, but they, at that point, just drop YouTube and do boxing, you know. But again, I'm not a professional at boxing. I don't watch much boxing. The only boxing I did watch, of course, was the Scarce fight. The fight after that, I watched it through very, very legal means. All right, so don't say don't say otherwise. We're not going to talk about how it was streamed on Twitch by a guy who was acting like he was playing a game. I don't know if that was that fight or if that was the Logan Paul versus KSI fight. But that man, he deserves a legend. He deserves a medal. But yeah, other than that, I guess let's move on over to, I guess, the new gaming consoles. Now, just for people that don't know, I have an Xbox, I have a PC that's a potato, and of course a phone. But we don't really count phones out here in the gaming world, you know? Like, if you don't spend $500, then the gaming company doesn't actually care about you. I think I should stop doing that because you can hear the difference. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just a bit like, I don't know. But other than that, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. The next two consoles in the next gaming generation. Now, originally I wasn't really getting back into the whole, oh, Xbox is better than PlayStation and all that shit. Like, as some people say, they're literally the same thing, just different price, different name and all that. But, I don't know, I guess, like, if I were to choose between them, obviously, I'd probably get the X or a new PC. Because, like, my friends are on Xbox, or the majority of my friends are on Xbox. And then we have, of course, a few friends on PC as well. And then on PlayStation, I have like one friend or two. So, you know, it outweighs it. But if it was the case where most people were on PlayStation, I wouldn't mind. Because I can move like most of my stuff, like my Destiny account, over to PlayStation nowadays. So that's great, you know. But other than that, let me just scroll down the timeline just to make sure. Right. Grand. So, other than that, I hear a few prices. There's a few prices rumored and speculated and all that. Like, around 500 quid, I think. It kind of makes sense. Like, these consoles can output, like, what was it? Is it 8K or is it 4K? Something like that. Has a lot of teraflops. Again, I'm not big on computer stuff. That's why I don't have a PC yet, because I want to actually understand what I'm putting into my PC if I ever were to build one. But other than that, though, the PlayStation 5, very similar stuff. If anything, though, I think Xbox's advantage this generation is actually having, whatchamacallit, they have, like, backwards compatibility with, like, not just the Xbox original, the Xbox 360 games, they already made backwards compatible, but also every Xbox One game is also backwards compatible. So if anything, though, like, it is an advantage in a sense, and people might buy it just for the sake of that, but it might be a disadvantage as well, because you're pretty much telling people, oh yeah, so this is literally an Xbox One X, but double X, just, well, far more than double X, obviously, but, like, it's just as powerful. And as far as I'm aware, PlayStation 5 might be doing a bit of backwards compatibility. But if they do backwards compatibility like the same way Xbox are, then fair play to them, you know. then I guess it's even at that point. It's just seeing who actually undercuts the other first. But yeah, other than that, I guess I'll move on to Disney Plus. I actually remember seeing an ad on TV, so of course it's doing well. It's Disney, so of course if you don't know, Disney Plus is a service provided by Disney. They pulled all their Disney related stuff off of other streaming services like Netflix and stuff, and they're charging people £7 a month, which already I think is cheaper enough. I think on Netflix it's like 10 to 15 quid. I always like to say two numbers and then say in between. So people are like, oh, it's actually this. I'm like, okay, but I said in between. So like, technically I'm right. One of them numbers is right, But yeah, it's £7 a month, 70 a year, and you can get 10% or 10%. You can get €10 off before March the 24th. I know a few of these bits were also submitted by an anonymous user. I will not mention his name for certain reasons, but that's why I got that there as well. And of course, I guess conversate about it as well, because like of course, as I was just saying, it's really successful. Like of course it is. It's got like Star Wars, The Mandalorian. It's got like of course Avengers Endgame, and like just everything Disney, Marvel, Fox. Can't think of the other ones off the top of my head, but they have a shit ton of good stuff and big library. So if anything during summer, if I'm bored, I might actually just try it for a month. If it's in Ireland, I don't know if it's even in Ireland yet. I think actually when it released, it wasn't even in the UK first, which was a strange thing. You think they'd, like, out of the main places to release it worldwide, they'd put it in the UK and then, go from there. But hey, I don't know. I'm not Disney. I don't know what their plans are. But if anything, Disney Plus is probably going to destroy other streaming platforms, especially if they start allowing other shows onto their platform as well. That would make Disney pretty much the dominator of that market. Like, they would just crush others. Now, of course, it'd take a while for them to crush, like, Netflix and Amazon Prime, Hulu, and all that sort of stuff. But eventually it could happen in the next few years, as, again, Owen says. But, yeah, that's Disney Plus. So, this one I just put in randomly because I used to listen to the podcast a lot, but the H3 podcast. And of course, this is a podcast. So I thought, what would a podcast be if I weren't to jab at another podcast? So I remember listening to the clip, like on the way up to college. And pretty much, fucking Ethan just goes in on one of the people behind the camera. I think it was Ian. I'm not too sure on that. But I think... No, yeah, Ian was on the Bachelorette where they have like random subscribers. Like they just they gather them all together through emails. They pick out a certain few, and they all like present like I guess a video or a slideshow or something on that caliber to I guess trying to appeal to Ian. And eventually got to a point, and now he has a girlfriend, and it was just some point where Ethan was like getting pissed off that he wasn't given good I guess feedback, or not even feedback, just answering him nicely. Like I think if anything, like Ian was just trying to be laid back for the day. He probably just, I don't know, something probably happened, and he was like, yeah, that's deadly, it's cool. And like Ethan's like, no, I'm dead serious. Why are you disrespecting me? I made you the man you were today. How dare you? Of course, not that exaggerated, but it was pretty shitty, I'm not gonna lie. I know he made another podcast, and I think he apologized. I'm not too sure on that. Again, I kind of just stopped at that point because I started to realize, oh man, this is kind of a shit podcast. Especially when I listen to what's that podcast? Cold Ones, the Australian ones. They're legends. They were talking about it as well. So yeah. Other than that, though, this podcast, best podcast, it'll probably only be this single video because I won't be able to actually upload this and keep it up like I think twice a week Ethan uploads. So yeah, and I don't think anybody else wants more of this. Like, as long as I can get this done and describe how I did it, that's all I need. So yeah, I guess moving on. Again, this is from the anonymous source I was talking about. So they ask, what are my thoughts on G Fuel? So G Fuel, G Fuel, T Fuel. This is bullshit. But so my thoughts on G Fuel. It's, I guess, a gamer drink. I don't know. If I saw it in like a store, I'd buy it. But like, I don't really have any need to actually go get it right now. Unless I was like really bored and I just ordered some online, but especially not now with like the coronavirus going around. Unless I got the coronavirus, then I won't give a shit. I'd be like, fuck it, just order it in anyway. If deliveries were still a thing and every coastline and airplane was not locked in the world until the coronavirus was quote unquote cured. Which again, I'm just going to say one last thing about the coronavirus. If anything, it's kind of like a strand of the flu. It's just kind of overhyped over. I guess it's just exploded just because it has a catchy name and shit. But other than that, it's just, yeah, as again, Owen, sorry. I have to reference the point that he said, like, it's pretty much just, it's actually not killing as much people as the common flu. Now, if the figures start going up 1,000 a time in a short span than it is now, then it's time to panic. But, yeah, other than that, though, if summer comes round and if the coronavirus doesn't get, or one of the strands, should I say as well, if one of the strands don't get heat resistance, yes, I'm thinking Plague Inc., then it'll probably go. So, yeah. But other than that, the next question. So, what are my future plans? I don't really divulge much of myself, but I guess I'm just going to do it now. I guess right now, my future plans is to continue this course. Hopefully if third year happens. If I'm correct, people kept saying that there's the sound engineering branch and then there's the business branch. Now, maybe I'd give the business one a branch. I'd give it a chance, but only if I like it. So like if I do it at the start of the year and I don't like it, I can like leave it for the year and then move back into the course and do sound engineering one. Yeah. But honestly, it'd just be a lot easier if like the sound engineering one went on, because right now I've like no plans other than do this course, because I'm kind of just riding the wave. I'm kind of lost right now for things to do. Like I know if I go home, like sure I could do work, but if anything, I'd just be bored, just don't know what to do. I guess I just got to get hobbies again. I kind of tried to crack down on my gamer playtime on Xbox and shit, and now I have nothing to do because of that. So I'm trying to, I guess, recourage myself. Recourage, wow, that's a word. Recourage me to like get back into gaming until I can think of like what, I guess, path I want to take next in life, you know? But other than that, I guess, well, whilst I was talking about future plans, I guess I might as well mention a bit about current time. Like currently the course is sound, like there's of course there's a few issues. Everybody has their issues and stuff with the class, and like the class is not like the groups, but just like the classes themselves. But other than that, like, get through it. Like it's nice enough anyway. It's just I really hope that there's no underlying bullshit again within e-business. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm not gonna spill the tea too far on that. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say that. But other than that, I'd say it might be about time to wrap up. Well, either that or I try and stall you guys for the next 30 seconds, because the 20-minute mark is almost here. But I also have to remember I started this podcast at the start, so it might have to be a bit longer. But other than that, I guess I'll just recap what I went over just in case you want to know. And if you're for some reason starting to watch this here at the end, I don't understand why. Well, to be fair, this is probably the most boring shit anybody could listen to, especially with my like monotonous voice. So again, let's go over what I went over. So I told you guys what the podcast would be like. I gave a bit of news, like on Jake Paul versus KSI, the coronavirus, the Xbox Series X versus the PlayStation 5, pretty much. Disney Plus as a service, the H3 podcast, and Ethan's recent slip up, even though he's probably slipped up more times than anybody can count. But hey, man, like, I just kind of want him to make like normal videos again, if I'm being honest. Like, it's kind of just, it's annoying. But again, podcasts can pay a lot, you know? I gave you my thoughts on G Fuel, and I told you guys a bit about what my future plans are. So I guess now is the time to wrap up. So thank you all so much for watching this little video podcast recording thing. If you would like to give it a reaction, because it's going on Facebook, I was going to say give it a like, but there's like different options, so yeah, I'm not really, yeah. You can tell I don't really use Facebook that much. I kind of just poke in every so often and then just dip. So if you want to give it a like, you can comment on whatever you want. I don't really mind, don't really care. I probably still read it. You can hurt my feelings if you want. That's grand. Like, I'll probably just brush it off eventually in the next like 2 weeks. But other than that, I guess you can share it as well if you want. But I'd rather you not share it. I'd rather just keep it on my page, because I'm probably just going to delete this afterwards, if anything. Like, once it's week 12 and we're done for like the 2 week break, this podcast go bye-bye. Unless one of you guys, I guess, kind of downloads this and re-uploads this, which please don't. Please don't, I beg you. But yeah, again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to this. Or even if you just kind of just popped in and listened to a bit of it. Even if you just listened to the start and then skipped to the end and somehow heard this at the same time, then yeah, thank you. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to keep saying thank you, and thank you, but I really mean it this time. Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. And I might see you guys another time, but most likely not. Podcast segments, news, solo show thingamabob. And would you look at that, man, it only took me like, what, almost a week to actually come, no, not even. It has been, it's been a week and 2 days. And I know I probably shouldn't be talking that much because I'm just recovering now from when I was sick. Sorry, not observe, but listen. But yeah, I'm sorry. This podcast is so scuffed right now. I'm kind of just recording this right now because I've just learned that we might have 2 weeks off, and I'm already bored as fuck. I could do college work, but I will get to it. It's just, this is the opportunity for me to make a lot more videos so that I don't have to bother making them after the fact when it's too late. But yeah, anyway, welcome back. It's not Joe's random podcast news segment thing. Imagine if I got that. If I got that right, I'll actually fucking... I'll be so happy whenever I edit this. Which I'll probably not even edit this for another week, but... Yeah. Welcome back to the Night Flyer podcast. Probably the final episode, the finale of the finale. I don't know. Because if I was to ever bring it back properly, I'd do a full redesign and stuff. Like right now, it's still like black and purple. But you know, I'm actually the Night Flyer now that's hosting, not Dark Night Flyer. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, I guess without further ado, let's just get back into the topics. So some of these I think are the same, like, questions. They're all by Gary Likes You, by the way. I wanted to leave his name out on the other version because the other version's going up on like for my college mates to view and all that, because I need a live audience for that version. So that will be by itself in its own thing, and I'll also be tying it here obviously as well. So yeah. Anyway, so why is the podcast back? You probably already know. Like, it's literally back just because of a college assignment. What would the rest of the podcast entail? Well, this one will be going over a few of the things I went over last time, but a lot of other things that I didn't get to go over last time. So anyway, yeah, this is just for the news part that pretty much he submitted all of them. Gary Likes You. But I've no extra news bits underneath that, so I'm just assuming I went over all that already. Anyway,
questions as well are submitted by him. I probably should put up a tweet, see if anybody else want to do anything. But it doesn't matter. It's just a once-off episode. Unless we do a bad rep episode. Any of the bad rep lads listening, just hit us up. We could do a podcast episode. I'll record the party. But anyway, so what are Floppy's origins? Now, I don't have an origin story for Floppy. I don't even think he even knows himself where he's come from. He calls himself a god and stuff, but he's not very educated himself on what he does and does not know. But if we were to talk about where I actually found Floppy originally, Floppy pretty much, my gran got Floppy, and he wasn't even called Floppy at the time. He was just a toy dog at the time. And he was just lying on the couch. And pretty much my gran offered, hey, do you want to take him home? I was like, yes, I will. Thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much Floppy's origins. I think it's because a certain shop was shutting down. And I don't think you can find Floppy himself anywhere unless someone else bought the, the copyright or the patent to be able to keep producing them. I know he has a label on his butt cheek, which determines where he's from. So if I ever do merch in the future, I'm going to hit them up, be like, yo, I need this right now. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm stealing the idea for Floppy and I'm putting it up on my own merch store. Anyway, thoughts on G Fuel. Honestly, I don't mind it. I know a lot of YouTubers do a lot of stuff with G Fuel, which is really nice to know. That's automatically a plus in my book. I heard lead once, but I don't know what context to put that in. Just that it's associated with G Fuel. I don't know how true that is or not, but it probably isn't. G Fuel, I guess it's like another form of energy drink anyway. But if anything, if I saw G Fuel cans in shops, yeah, I'd start buying them. Because I have this habit, I think I've already mentioned it before, but I have this habit where I like to buy different drinks each day, or when I was going to college, and pretty much just taste what each one of them tastes like, so in the future I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember tasting that before, I might have that. It's to broaden my tastes. And I think drinks are starting to run out for me soon until a new Monster can comes in, so until then I guess I'll start doing new food. I would start customizing my chicken fillet rolls more, but the last time I did that, it was ass. I tried getting some cheese and I literally said just a little bit of cheese. Fucking fills half the roll full of cheese and the chicken can't even fit in the fucking roll anymore. One side was so nice, it's oh, lovely chicken fillet, and then the other side was just cold cheese. It's ugh, it's just disgusting. But other than that, actually, I had my first time where my roll wasn't done properly, and I just wasn't in the mood. I think this was last week on Thursday. I was like, no, I'm gonna go and actually use my consumer rights and get myself the proper roll I am looking for this morning. Because if I don't get the proper roll, I will not be in the best of mood for the rest of the day today. And sure, that sounds asshole-ish, but I didn't ask for ketchup. I fucking hate ketchup. I've tried ketchup multiple times. I just can't. I hate it. I don't like ketchup. I don't think I like mustard. I'm alright with mayo as long as it's on a certain type of burger. So pretty much just the mayo chicken burger from McDonald's. Don't worry about me. But I'll try not cough too much because I know when you're listening back it's probably not nice. But you get to hear this lovely rasp voice. Actually, quick tangent. There was one day I was just sick, and then I was kind of just waiting for Destiny 2 to download its new season, which I might talk about next. And for some reason, I kept thinking to the meme where Zavala inspects your balls and cock. I feel like I was doing a good impression at the time, but I don't think I can now. And I was literally just all right, Guardian. No, yeah, that's so bad. Now, Guardian, it's time for your cock and ball inspection. My, with a massive cock. You know, Guardian, the last city would not survive without your massive cock protecting us. Not only do you erect a wall around a safe city, but you also erect your massive cocks. Wait, cocks? I'm not even paying attention to what I'm even saying anymore. But yeah, other than that, real quick, what I need to say about Destiny's new season, fucking amazing kind of setup, shit execution. Fuck me, the amount they want us to grind. Like, there's going to be another big Destiny DLC, and then this time, I'm only buying the DLC. I'm not getting the seasons. If all the seasons are going to be as shitty as that, like, just count me out. I'm sorry. Like, especially if the content's going, you know? Like, I'm just not paying for that anymore. I only wanted to support Bungie because they were split from Activision, and I had high hopes, and now I don't have hope anymore. Until at least the next stuff comes out. Like, to be fair, though, as well, some people could argue that Trials is thing, and yeah, I guess you're kind of right on that, you know? But anyway, back to the channel/questions. What are your favourite movie/TV shows at the moment? I don't actually have a favourite of either, but an anime I've watched recently that I've actually really liked, well, two actually. Well, let me just update you guys on what anime I've watched recently. So, I've watched Konosuba, or as its full title I have here on the list, Konosubarashi Sekai ni Tsukufa Chu. Or Ku, I think. Pretty much it's that anime where like your lad gets reincarnated, he takes Aqua the goddess down with her whilst being reincarnated, and they have to defeat like the Devil King or something like that. It's great crack. A lot more lewd than I thought it would be, but I guess that's what makes it more fun. And like the funniest thing is, I was finishing the series yesterday, and then I went back to watch like the next two Bang Dream episodes. Man, the fucking contrast between them are so different. One's literally stripping fucking underwear with steel powers off of other people, like, and then the other's just like, we are going to play in this band tournament thing called Bang Dream. That's actually the first time as well, like in all the seasons, they've actually put Bang Dream into the season. But anyway, the other anime I watched was K-On! I was watching it for a bit, and then I stopped watching it because I didn't want to finish it. And then when I was sick, I was like, fuck, I've nothing else to do. I better go watch it. So I watched like the last few episodes, I watched a movie. Man, I'm gonna fucking miss it. Because like, that anime has been dormant. Well, I say dormant, it's been dead for 10 years now. That's nuts. Like, an anime like that for 10 years, and I've only just watched it in recent time. It's like when I watched Attack on Titan at the start of the year. That's why, like, I'm trying to, like, I'm looking at the list again of anime shit that I want to watch. I want to try and watch more new anime this year, and then next year I might decide to go rewatch some of the other animes. Like rewatch them in English. So, like, JoJo's, if I ever want to rewatch that, I'm probably just going to rewatch it in English. Like, if they announce a new season coming anytime soon, so let's say they announce it like the end of the year or next year, I'd actually start watching JoJo's in English. You know, just to, I guess, catch up. And just because I love to see the opposite side. Like, I think my best experience with dubbed anime, like, the best dub, I think, was My Hero. And the worst but absolute comical dub was Love Live. Fuck me. Oh, I love it so much. But other than that, favourite movies and TV shows. Again, I don't really have a favourite, do I? Because I don't really watch, as you can hear from my anime weeb tones, I don't really watch, I guess, normal movies and TV shows anymore. Like, I might consider getting Netflix or Disney Plus during summer, and maybe I can get back to you on that answer. But other than that, I've not really any favourites right now. Oh, wait, never mind. No. My favourite movie is the Killer Bean Forever. It's on YouTube. Watch the full thing, guys. Trust me, it's a fucking phenomenal piece of art. Anyway, what are your future plans? And I put part two in brackets because I think I just mentioned a lot of what I want to do in careers and my life. But right now, I can talk about like the YouTube side and stuff. So I guess right now, because like I still don't know what I want to do with life. I kind of just want to keep going with YouTube. Oh, excuse me. And see how far I go from there. Well, let's see how far I go from there. I don't know. I guess if I get to 10 years of YouTube, that's when it'll finally click into my head. I'm like, wow, I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm so fucking shit, man. I can't do this. What are the future plans? I guess I keep doing YouTube. I hopefully will be doing the next year college. Hopefully not the business side and more of the musical side. But either or, I guess, like whatever counts. I won't be doing anything for the next few weeks anyway, if you talk about the near future, because of the coronavirus. Other than that, I guess like if it comes to family and relationships, sure, I'd like to be in a relationship with someone, but I feel like I'd be held back at the same time. But at the same time, I'm a lonely cunt and I want somebody to love me and I want to love them. I don't think I want kids. Like, I kind of just... If anything, I'd rather just adopt kids than have kids myself. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to care so much. I was like, shit, when I grow up, I gotta actually, like, get with someone and continue my family name. But I just don't care anymore. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to disrespect my family name, but I just really don't care anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, what's the point in bringing more people into this planet when there's already people on this planet that don't even have families? I guess that's, like, my kind of attitude towards it, you know? But hey, there's nothing wrong with having your own children, you know? But, yeah, it's probably somehow weirdly cheaper, I think. I don't know. Anyway. Are we expecting any changes to the channel, like new video ideas or art channel design? Art channel design, I might... Actually, yeah, with the 2 weeks I have off, I might redesign something. I think I want to keep my profile picture the way it is. Because if anybody's ever noticed, this is kind of like a exclusive preview. The two eyes, like the main normal eyes, the red and blue, they represent the Night Flyer. And the green eye represents Joseph Night Flyer. And this means it's like, I don't know, I guess you take of it as what you will. I kind of don't want to spoil everything on you guys. Yeah, there's not really much to do with the art or the profile pictures. But when it comes to new video ideas, right? Okay, let me actually look, because I was looking through my ideas of what video stuff I'd love to do right now. Did I? No, I didn't pause it. Right. There it is, video ideas. So, honestly, hopefully if I don't go insane, I won't, I don't think I want to continue making highlights anymore. I kind of want to go back to making videos again. And then at some point I'll probably be like, let's go back to making highlights. You know, it's kind of like a cycle. It's like, make a vlog kind of thing, a highlight kind of thing, a sketch kind of thing, and so on and so forth. You know, mix them around, do certain ones at a time. I might as well just say this. Because I did ASMR, I'm looking to do a mukbang as well, just to cash in on that trend. I want to do a video showcasing Midnight, because I don't think I've properly showed it on the channel, or her on the channel before, and she's kind of just been sitting in that bag doing nothing for a long time. If anything, I probably should start playing guitar, or learning how to play guitar again, but I'm too lazy. There might be a new song series coming back, but I'm not confirming it. It's just, I kind of like the nostalgia and the idea I have around it currently, so it could go well. There might be some, like, instead of the usual or the old vlogs where, like, I talk about a lot of shit in the one vlog, I want to start making vlogs where I talk about the one topic for the whole video. And I know that won't get all of them to the 10-minute mark, but I guess my own personal preference. So like, let's take this one for example that I've written down. Unfortunately, I'm sensitive, so I guess it'd be just me sitting down, and the video would be based around that topic, I guess, of me being sensitive. I guess I want to keep making memes. Well, keep making memes. I haven't made a meme in a while, but you know, I might think about making a meme or two. That's another music one. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. Where was that one idea? Where was that one good idea? Where is it? Where is it? Wait. Okay, let me just say I have an idea for a series that's related to anime. I'm not going to say too much on what it is now, but I'm just trying to pick a popular anime. So at least if I do a pilot episode of the series, that, you know, it'll get, like, hopefully get, well, quote unquote, gets a lot of attention. And from there, I'll decide if that series is worthy to keep going. And I also have like an inverse of that series as well, if ever it does well, so I can do 2 versions of the series at once. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I would like to try it out. I'd like to see how I go about doing it. So, yeah. So what's happening to Joe Snowflower? And in brackets I have explain its purpose and what it is now. So let me take a drink of water. So, Joe Snowflower is an old channel that spanned 5 years. That channel is currently not active. I am not planning to upload any videos. I'm not even planning to upload any, like, kind of poke through hole reality kind of videos. I'll just label it here. The channel's main purpose is to show people what the channel, or what I was like before moving to this channel, or not this channel, but the Nite Flyer. And see, the thing is, I kind of wish I stayed on Joe's Nite Flyer, because like Joe's Nite Flyer still has like 49 or 48 to 50 subs. And this channel has like 27, 28, I think. I think I got an email again that somebody subscribed. I don't even know why I have that on. I kind of should just turn that off, but yeah. But other than that, I guess you just have to wait and see. If you talk about the character Joe Snowflower himself, you just have to wait. The story is technically, like, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but the whole reason the Nite Flyer came into play is to pause the story. With that being said, I was going to say somewhere near the start of the year that the story between the Nite Flyer, Joseph the Nite Flyer, Floppy, and all the other characters, that was meant to be like completely stopped. But I'm not too sure now. Now, maybe I'll just reduce the activity a lot this year, because I kind of want to just focus on like making actual content on YouTube rather than trying to tell a story. Because like, in a sense, there's kind of no point doing these like special limited time event kind of stories, but not having a massive audience behind it who will actually find much nostalgia. Now, I know there are people on the Nite Flyer, Joseph Flyer and all that are here, and like some do actually notice and take watch to it, which I thank you all so much for that as well, by the way. I guess it's just my way of trying to make the channels interesting, but I want to stop it for now, even if it kills me. But yeah, I guess before we go, I'm just going to read out this last point in the outro saying the possibility of new occasional episodes during summer, but no guarantee. And put emphasis on the no guarantee part. Because as I said, I've no plan to change or to pretty much make more episodes after this one, unless I have a reason to during summer. But as I said before, like if I'm doing vlogs where it's like the one video talk about the one thing. If I'm already vlogging, and talk about stuff on the main channel about stuff, then there's no point in me doing the podcast. Unless this episode blew up all of a sudden and sponsors wanted to start sponsoring this episode, which, you know what? I actually would. I'm sorry, guys. Like, some of you guys might actually want me to continue doing YouTube on the Nite Flyer, but if sponsors start paying me to use the Nite Flyer channel or the Nite Flyer podcast channel and not even get ad revenue, even though I'd still get sponsorships, I'd go for that. Not gonna lie. Like, I understand why at that point I'd understand why Hate Your Hatred does it, because, like, you know, it's just it's an easy source of income. But yeah, no, just a quick word again on the Hatred podcast. Like, I don't know how I feel about the Hatred podcast anymore. It's just, I wish there was H3 videos again. That's the reason I actually subscribed to Ethan and Ela in the first place, was for the fucking episodes of the of H3, not H3 podcast. And I've even gone so far now as to unsubscribe from the main podcast channel and just have highlights on. But even then, like, I don't even like add like a lot of the highlights that are there anyway. The only other good podcast regarding this one is Cold Ones. That's a fucking great one. I love that one. But anyway, that's all the time we have for today, guys. I'm sorry if my voice is annoying any of the audio listeners. Probably this mic as well, I just realized, because you went from such a high quality mic to a perfectly soothing voice to a sick voice on a mic that's probably peaking every 2 fucking seconds, which I could still not fix for whatever reason, even though I have Audacity and I'm just a... But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, obviously like it, dislike if you didn't like it, comment if you want, subscribe if you want, and hit the bell if you do so desire, but mainly on the Nite Flyer channel, because the Nite Flyer podcast channel is going to sleep now for another year. Goodbye.